As women, I'm curious how much we feel like we really own our bodies. Um, we're coming up on the 100th anniversary of a woman's right to vote. And I watched a documentary recently on the two women who worked tirelessly their whole lives and actually never saw women get the vote. But they did make a lot of other changes. They were instrumental in women being able to own property. 150 years ago, women couldn't own property. We weren't in charge of our children. We couldn't get divorced even if we were incredibly abused. I mean, it's 150 years. That's not that long. Even 50 years ago, women couldn't run in marathons because it was thought that our uteruses would fall out after a mile and a half. Like, it is really recent that women have become empowered. And when I look at how we hold our bodies, I look at how many women have shame around their bodies, no matter what the size, or have shame for feeding it or indulging in too much pleasure, or spend so much energy to look a certain way, to achieve some standard of beauty. And while watching this documentary, there was this point when Elizabeth Cady Stanton talked about how it was Susan B. Anthony, talked about how she had two choices, to marry poor and become a drudge, like taking care of everything, or marry rich and become a doll. And she wanted neither. She wanted her independence, and that's what she was able to have. But there's we still have a little bit of a hangover from that, I think. And so I talk about body image, even though I'm not a large-bodied woman, because it affects us all. And there's parts of our lineage that still come into play today. And we talk about that in the series in the second class, for lack of a better word, about the lineage and the hangovers and the pieces that still play through us. So anyway, it's just another rambling, so curious about your thoughts around this, and excited to celebrate the empowerment of women, and women getting the right to vote, and women getting to run in marathons, and women getting to own property, and women getting to own their own bodies. Let's see that continue.